In winter of 2008, I met Christian Merwin, who is the lead designer. He's kind of the boss. He's the boss of the shop. He let me mess around on the torch for the first time and said I had a knack for it and I could start blowing glass in an apprenticeship if I wanted to, so I took him up on that. And then over the course of the next couple of years, I got more and more serious about it and more into it, and now we have this, 3,000 square foot shop with like 10 torches, and it's a really dynamic space to be in. Your first couple pieces are definitely blobs. You're dealing with something that's between two states of matter. It's such a versatile medium for that reason. You can work with it between almost completely liquid and completely solid. There's a lot more, there's more of an engineering quality to making a piece of glass, especially bigger pieces like the ones that we make here. It's not like a painting, you have a general idea of what you're gonna do, but with something that's 2 dimensions, you can improvise as you go quite a lot. But with glass, it's more important to have a this piece needs to go on after this piece, and so on and so forth. If you do the timing wrong, you'll lose everything. So it's definitely a little bit more. It has to be a little bit more planned out. The glass that we work with is borosilicate glass, or Pyrex. It's the same thing. And it's a material that was developed to fit the demand of the scientific world, and now has turned into just a far, far more versatile kind of art glass because it's less temperature sensitive. You can do anything with it. You can imbue all kinds of colors into it. Every color is a different chemical compound. It's a different combination, so it has a different boiling point, it has different melting points, it moves differently. Every batch is different. You have to put your time into understanding how each color works. As far as generally my style, I think I like to include a feminine aspect wherever I can, because there are so few female glassblowers in this industry. It's a hugely male-dominated world right now, and I feel like that's just too bad, because I know a lot of really, really talented, really detail-oriented, creative women who would absolutely kill it in this world, but it's hard to get your foot in the door. I'm also really, really driven by the scientific world. This piece started with a book that Christian Merwin showed me 6 or so years ago, and it's a book of drawings from microscopic slides of these little, mostly single-celled organisms, and it's called Art Forms in Nature, and the whole theme behind the book is how there are artistic things that exist in nature on a microscopic level. I chose to model this particular piece after 1 or 2 of the single-celled marine protozoa in the book that are tiny, 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 as tiny as you can get, but they're wildly complex and beautiful. I geek out a little bit on the fact that we can only see these things because we've mastered the use of glass in microscopes, in telescopes, in fiber optic technology, and all this kind of stuff. To get good at blowing glass, you have to be at least a little bit OCD. You have to be really patient and really dedicated. The learning curve is a lot bigger with glass than other things, but it kind of takes more finesse, and the failures are more challenging. Everything is destroyed if you mess up, and you lose all your materials and you can't ever get them back. So you have to be ready to go and give it your best and fail completely, and then keep trying. You have to really be in love with it. I never feel bored. I know that I can come to work and I can learn something new about, even if I'm doing the same thing I've done for the last week or month or whatever. New techniques are always coming out in glass. It's a very young medium. It's a very young industry in a way. I want to go out in the world and learn from anybody I can learn from. I can meet someone who's been blowing glass for a month, and it's pretty much guaranteed that they know something that I don't know. Glass is such a huge medium that I can't ever absorb all of it, but I'm deeply compelled to go and learn as much as I can.